welcome to today's webinar. My name is Lana Bilosh and I'll be your host for this session. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Before we dive in, I'd like to cover a few housekeeping items to help you get the most out of this experience. Recording and slides, of course. This webinar is being recorded and you will be able to access the recording along with the presentation slides after the session. We will share the download link via email, so keep an eye on your inbox. And before here is a quick reminder of who we are. And Progression is a dedicated Dynamics 365 Microsoft partner. We have been helping businesses implement, support, and upgrade Dynamics 365 for both ERP and CRM many years now. So now we're moving into the agenda as seen on the screen. Here is what you can expect today. Platform updates plan 2025, what's new and changed, and of course several of our demos. And we will conclude with a Q&A session. So feel free to submit your questions at any time using chat or Q&A feature. And we are thrilled to have an excellent panel of speakers today who will share their insights and expertise with us. Andrew Zhuchkov is a technical lead and Microsoft Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management architect with a proven track of experience and within enterprise customers as well as medium sector. He's really one of the most experienced person I have ever seen. And I really appreciate his personal blog about new challenges and how-to articles, as well as Peter's activities. He has also have his personal blog, and he's a Peter Kulikov. He's a business architect and a head of department. He's one of the most open-minded and innovator experts in Dynamics 365, both in finance and supply chain management. And as I know, he's keen to know all new platform updates, test it firstly, and implement to customers' processes as fast as needed. And last but not least, Nastasia, our bright consultant, who ready to make Dynamics 365 as effective as possible to make business happy with a new platform. So we are excited to have such diverse and knowledgeable group with us today. To kick things off, I'd like to hand over to Andrew, who will introduce Microsoft release and updates for this year.
Thank you, Lana, and hello everyone, and thank you for joining our today's session. The version 10.042 was released 2 days before Christmas in December, and according to the new release policy, Microsoft releases 4 updates over the year, and 2 of them are major ones. This update is denoted as a minor, so the next major update will be released in March this year. Let me go back to the update and briefly overview the changes. The first area that I would like to start with is Microsoft Copilot and AI. In version 10.042, it is possible to use Microsoft Copilot to support users. As you may know, Microsoft Copilot uses knowledge sources as the basis for the information that it proves to users. Also, you can extend Copilot's knowledge by adding new knowledge to it in Copilot Studio. For example, you can add individual document files like PDF, RTF, or Word, or link to other information sources like a SharePoint. By default, Copilot knowledge is limited to the published product documentation for finance and operation apps. It also considers the language preferences that each user selected. In addition, you can add specific knowledge to add custom knowledge sources to generative help and guidance with Copilot. Peter will show you this feature during his part of our webinar a little bit later. Now, let's discuss the other features. As you may know, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management includes a pricing engine that handles trade agreements for prices and discounts. This pricing engine uses complex rules to determine the best price for a given order or quotation. When supply chain management is integrated with Dynamics 365 Sales, you can use seamless sync between applications. Using this sync, users who work on sales orders and sale quotation in sales can view the results of calculations that the supply chain management pricing engine does, without having to take any extra steps to get prices, discounts, and totals. As the users work in sales, all the necessary data and calculation results are seamlessly synced between systems as required. As a result, when users add or update order and quotation lines in sales, updated line prices, discounts, and totals are calculated in supply chain management and immediately reflected in sales user interface, without requiring any extra taps or clicks. In most cases, users don't have to manually select price code or price order in sales to get updated line prices, discounts, and totals that show the results of calculations that are done in supply chain management. Roll out multi-phase pricing strategies. This feature allows implementing a unified pricing management module that works consistently and comprehensively across supply chain, retail, and e-commerce business processes. It helps to eliminate pricing silos and use a centralized platform to plan, manage, review, and roll out pricings across all customer and engagement touchpoints. You can use an attribute-based pricing model to set up pricing rules based on product, customer, channel, or order attributes. Or define and manage complex pricing structures with comprehensive price component breakdowns. Also, you can run pricing simulation to validate pricing setup and generate pricing reports to analyze pricing execution. This concludes the features that I would like to present at our webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in our chat. Now, I would like to turn the floor over to Peter. So, Peter, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Andrew. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our today's session, the first session at the new year 2025. And as you probably know, Microsoft Copilot uses a standard knowledge base to respond to users' requests. However, this is not always sufficient, and I will show an example why. However, in the latest release, Microsoft introduced the ability to extend Copilot's knowledge base, allowing it to provide answers based on additional information provided by users. This primarily includes user manuals, guides, and other documentation available to every company which use Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management. But that's not it. That's not all. So before we move to the short demonstration, I will provide the potential sources of this additional information. The only supported external source for the Copilot knowledge base is the results of a Bean query. It searches the query input on Bean, but only returns results from specified websites. Among the internal information sources, documents are of course supported. While the types of documents are limited, as Andrew already told, the range of supported formats is more than sufficient. Additionally, you can specify a SharePoint URL or configure a connection to a Dataverse environment. Using a retrieval augmented generative technique in Dataverse to provide results. There is also the option to utilize corporate data through Copilot connectors. So in my demo, I will show the results of using a document to enhance Copilot's knowledge base. For my request, I choose a non-standard ISV solution to make the use of extended knowledge more illustrative. Advanced database log, which I'm asking about in my request for Copilot in Dynamics 365, is a fully custom solution. And as you can see, when I asked about its usage, Copilot cannot provide a correct answer using the standard knowledge base. It recommended me to use some kind of web app, open associated document with the sales order. So it's definitely not the relevant answer for my question. But Copilot gives the answer anyway, even if it's absolutely incorrect. So the Copilot is not ready to admit that it doesn't know something. Be careful. Now let me show you how to upload a manual into Copilot's knowledge base and how Copilot responds to the same question changes after the file is uploaded. So I will share my screen now.
It's uploading. Yes, now it's ready.
Let me know when you see it now, yeah? So yes. First of all, you have to open the home page of Copilot Studio and pay attention that here you choose the right environment. Then click Agent and click Copilot for Finance and Operation Apps. It's loading for a few seconds. And here you can see the Knowledge tab. You can also see that I uploaded 2 documents. I did it in advance because it took a few minutes to upload the document and then to update the knowledge base. So I decided to do it in advance, but here is the button to add knowledge. Here you can choose the website, SharePoint, URL portal, Dataverse environment, or just drag and drop a file here, what I usually do. I will not do it right now because, as I mentioned, it took for a while. Pay attention that here you have a special place to test your agent, test the Copilot after you load the document before you publish it to your Dynamics 365. Actually, you can ask the question here and see how Copilots respond to it to understand that your file is correct, that it's uploaded correct, and Copilot start to answer for your response based on the document you uploaded. So let me show how Copilot's response changes. I'll go to Dynamics 365. Here you have a special button for Copilot. And I'm going to ask absolutely the same question as you've seen on the presentation. So how can I open advanced database log for sales order? It will take a few seconds. Usually it takes a few seconds, I think. Yeah, and now you can see that answer changed. It recommended to open advanced database log, actually, for the sales order. Go to the option tab and click the responding buttons. In the open form, then it even mentioned what will form provides. So it's definitely the correct answer. And now I stop sharing my screen. We upload in the next part of our presentation, and I will show you on the screen that's actually not just a random answer. It's almost it's almost the same text that I provided to Copilot in my document. So let's wait a few seconds for presentation upload.
Yeah, a little bit. The second part will be less than the first one, so we need less minutes. While we are waiting, I just want to share my insights that as for me, Copilot works like a magic. You input some data and you will take the result. It's really some kind of next level of data and discussion with AI.
Yeah, and now it's a less magic because you can upload the special information you need. Actually, you can see at the screen absolutely the same answer for the same request. So it's not a random answer each time. And on the left part of the screenshot, you can see, on the slide, you can see a screenshot from the user guide for advanced database log, the part which described advanced log form. And you can compare the text. So it's almost the same text which Copilot find in the user guide and provide me as an answer for my response. So this is it from my side with my demonstration, and I'm happy to transfer the word to my colleague, Nastasia, with her part and her insightful demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And hello, everyone. Big thank you for Peter. And let's, okay, no, it works. In my part of the presentation, I'm going to highlight several exciting updates for procurement and sourcing, as well as production control and product information management. Starting with procurement and sourcing, we now have support for contract lifecycle management, or CLM, as part of the source-to-pay process. CLM helps organizations manage contracts with suppliers more efficiently. By integrating CLM, companies can improve their overall supply chain performance and deliver greater value to their customers. This is a significant enhancement for teams that rely on supplier agreements, as it simplifies management and boosts efficiency. Next, under production control, we have the ability to register material consumption as complete and edit dimensions directly within the production floor execution interface. This feature is especially valuable for industries like process manufacturing, where it is crucial to explicitly register the material consumed for each batch or production order. Additionally, to maintain full traceability, this feature also allows manufacturers to register the batch numbers of materials consumed. This helps ensure compliance and improves the transparency across the production process. Next key update is under product information management. This feature allows us to rename item numbers. It automatically updates all relevant records when an item number is renamed, ensuring accuracy and consistency throughout the system. Additionally, the whole renaming process is thoroughly logged. So now let me demonstrate this and tell you a little bit more about it along the way. Okay, just a second. Okay, let's navigate to released products. Okay, here we can choose a product for which we want to do the renaming. Let it be this one. Now in General tab, we can click on item, rename item number. Now you can choose a value you want for a new item number, but be aware that renaming will not be possible if you try to assign the next code in the number sequence or any code that already exists. So I will just do something like this, like okay. To be honest, my colleagues and I were a little bit suspicious about this feature. It does seem quite risky to change item number when the item was already used, but after some testing, we can conclude Microsoft did a solid job on this one, I would say. Okay, taking some time. Usually doesn't take this long, but we will see what happens. While we wait, I can tell you that, oh, it's done. And now we have confirmation we successfully renamed item number. If we reload, we'll see it here too. Okay. We can see this change in the logs by clicking here, but then we will see only logs for this exact item. But if we navigate to the logs page, we will see all of the changes. Here on this page, you can see previous item number and the new item number, as well as the start time and end time when the renaming started and ended, and duration of it. So it's very thoroughly logged. Now, what I wanted to tell you is that if you are interested in this feature, and especially if you have some reservations about it, you can check out my colleague Peter's article on LinkedIn, where he gave us his conclusions after testing this feature. And now I would like to thank you for your time and tell you that if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat.
Thank you,
Lana,
Anastasia.
the stage
Yes,
is yours.
thank you very much.